Hello, hello, my friends. We have part 3. I would say third and final, Kringle haul. However, well, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Yes, this is part 3 of my Mother's Day BOGO haul. Earlier this month, Kringle Candle was running a buy one, get one free, basically 50% off of all of their large and medium-sized tumblers in the Kringle lineup as well as in their country candle lineup. It was a great time to stock up on fragrances that were well loved. And anyways, yeah, I ended up placing 3 orders. So this is the third order that I placed. I'm excited to share with you guys what I decided to purchase. And I also have another fragrance in here that it's a fun extra fragrance in here. So yeah, this is exciting. I think that these videos are really helpful, especially because I am a Kringle ambassador. This video is not sponsored by Kringle, nor are any of these items sent to me in PR. These are fragrances, candles that I purchased with my family's own money. Trust me, you guys, Kringle got a lot of my money in the month of May. Raise your hand if you're right there with me. So anyways, I did purchase these candles. But what I did want to say is that, you know, I'm oftentimes very thankful and blessed to be able to get a lot of items sent to me in PR from Kringle. And so I feel like videos like these, especially from people who, like, I am getting a lot of new stuff, to be able to say, hey, these were fragrances that I loved enough that I wanted to repurchase, and I still want to work them into my like candle burning rotation because I loved them enough. I feel like that's really informative for all of you guys because there's quite a few of you guys who have said we have very similar fragrance preferences. So if you know that I like a fragrance, then maybe it's a candle that might be on your radar as well. So I hope that this video is fun. I hope that it is helpful. And like I said, I hope that it's helpful because just when we thought our wallets were safe, Kringle decided to go ahead and drop their Memorial Day sale on us. And oh my word, not there. I would say that this BOGO sale was really, really good, especially one of the items in here I got for like a screaming deal. But they're running for some items an even better sale. So I will talk about that at the end of this video. But if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new and you like candle content. I do hauls, I do dedicated reviews, I do empties. I just do a bunch of fun candle content in between. So if you like it, feel free to stick around by hitting that subscribe button. So let's go ahead and get into this haul because that's what you're really here for. Remember, all of the candles that I'm talking about today, I will have listed down below with timestamps. I do have an affiliate code with Kringle Candle. It is Katie15. It should save you 15% off of full priced merchandise. And just be aware that, like, if you are building one cart to save on shipping, you can put sale items in the cart, but maybe if you have a full priced item in there, you can go ahead and put my discount code in there and my code will still apply to the full priced item. It just won't take additional money off of a sale item. So wanted to let you guys know. All right, let's go ahead and talk about a fragrance that I think I had kind of tipped you guys off that this was going to be in this haul based off of my part 2 Kringle candle haul. And it was because there was a fragrance that I purchased from the Easter collection. The Easter candles were 75% off. And I had purchased the fragrance Easter Petals in my second BOGO haul. And I told you guys that there was another Easter candle that I purchased because I like this fragrance to go along with it. And it is the fragrance Bunnies and Flowers. Now, all of the Easter candles, or the new this year, new in 2025 Easter candles, were sent to me in PR back in February, I think. So I have already had this candle. I burned through it all the way. Bunnies and Flowers has fragrance notes of green, foliage, vetiver, floral, moss, and wood. And I'm going to tell you guys, this fragrance to me really complements Easter Petals. Easter Petals has that lemon note at the top, but it's also a very like neroli orange flower type of, or orange blossom type of fragrance. This is also like that, but there's a little bit more of a mossy note in this fragrance. I do detect neroli in here. I believe it was, I can't take credit for this. I believe it was my friend Rachel here on, she's on Instagram and also here on YouTube, but she was talking about how she felt like the Easter Petals was like the floral for like a bright sunny day, but the Bunnies and Flowers was like the same, almost like the same base of Easter Petals, but more like something that you would have after like a fresh rainfall. There's a little bit more of like an earthiness to this one. but the two of them complement each other. So this candle was on sale for $6.50. I got that Easter Petals for $8.50. And by the time I went back in, Easter Petals was sold out. But I thought, you know what, for $6.50, I'm going to go ahead and get two of these. The 3 wicks I do find burn a little bit faster than the 2 wicks. Obviously, there's an extra wick here. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get two to burn alongside the one 22-ounce vessel that I got. So I did end up purchasing two Bunnies and Flowers. And then here's one that I actually was able to throw in this happened at the tail end of this BOGO sale. So this is one of the new Summer Flight collection candles. This is the fragrance Cherry Pie, which was just released on Thursday. We have fragrance notes of cherry, pastry, fruit, citrus, buttery, and vanilla. Now, they did already send Cherry Pie to me in PR, which I was very thankful for, and I do already have a dedicated review on this candle. I am actually pre-filming this. I'm actually filming this video on Wednesday, the 21st. I know that this is launching tomorrow. My guess, I hope that they've poured enough, but I know that this one's in high demand, and I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it's still in stock by the time this video goes up. That's what I'm trying to say. I love this Cherry Pie fragrance, and here's the funny thing, you guys. I don't typically like cherry fragrances. I love this. The pastry note in here is so authentic. It's very well balanced. A lot of pie fragrances tend to lean pie filling forward, no matter like what pie it is that you're burning, or not burning. I don't burn pies, you guys. I'm actually a pretty good baker. But no matter what candle you're burning, oftentimes pie fragrances like the Hallmark's Cherry Pie, for example, leaned to cherry pie filling and not enough crust note. A lot of the time they're lacking the crust note, but in this one, it's there. Now, I will say that the cherry note in here, I do believe is mixed with like some strawberry, maybe a tinge of raspberry, but I would say more so strawberry. It can lean, I would say maybe slightly artificial, but I love it. There is something very nostalgic about this fragrance. Cody mentioned that he feels like it reminds him of something from our childhood. It's just so yummy and delicious. And the reason why I was able to get it put in with this haul is that KRINGLE, not only were they kind enough to send it to me in PR, but to all of their ambassadors, because they don't send PR to all of their ambassadors for every launch. Oftentimes, if it is available, sometimes they will send us a pre-order link. And so I use that link to go ahead and throw one of these into my cart with that last BOGO. So that's how I already got my hand on another one. But this is just so, so good. I love this fragrance. I'm already about halfway through the other one that I have. I've really enjoyed burning this alongside the Homeworks Strawberry Shortcake, which that fragrance smells very familiar, or very similar to Bath & Body Works Strawberry Pound Cake. I think, yeah, Strawberry Pound Cake. So if you have any of those fragrances in your collection, you're going to want to get your hands on this one to burn alongside it, because it is a great fragrance. Okay, let's talk about another summer fragrance, because the rest of them are actually going to be more holiday type of fragrances. I did go ahead and purchase another Bananas Foster. Now, I know that this fragrance is actually a little bit polarizing among the KRINGLE faithful. We have fragrance notes of banana, brown sugar, soft spice, smoked vanilla bean, butter, soft woods, and sweet. So this is very much a caramelized, slightly boozy banana type of fragrance. It smells like Bananas Foster to me. Interestingly enough, I think a lot of people, this one takes people off guard a little bit, or some people don't like it because it's either too cloyingly sweet for them, or they say that it smells a little bit scorched to them. And I know exactly what they're talking about. This candle can. Some people find it, they've said like it was just too much for me. It was too nauseating. Now, I had mentioned, I think it was in my Caramel Sundays wish list video, that I love a good warm banana gourmand fragrance. This candle, while I like it, the reason why I've repurchased this so many times is because there is something about burning this one with KRINGLE Candles ice cream sandwiches that I just love that fragrance combo here in the summertime. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the combination of like a warm banana gourmand mixed with like the macadamia and the slight chocolate and the creaminess of ice cream sandwiches. There's just something about it that just, I don't know, it feels like nostalgic summer to me. it's their gourmand summer fragrances, but a little bit elevated, I guess. And I think that that's why I like it so much. So I am currently burning a 2-wick of this, and I have a 3-wick of ice cream sandwiches. And then I also have a full-size 2-wick of ice cream sandwiches, but I didn't have a full size of Bananas Foster. And I thought, you know what, because that's my favorite combo when I'm burning them, I might as well get a Bananas Foster to have for when I break into that large jar. But I love this fragrance. Now, I will say, for those of you who say like the scorched note, I actually initially, when this candle was released in the spring of 2024, Kringle did send that collection to me in PR, and they initially sent me Bananas Foster in a 3-wick. And I found the 3-wick to be, I remembered saying like, I can only burn this for about 2 hours, because if I burn it for any longer, it does start to smell burned to me. I do find that I like the 2-wick format. It's one of those rare situations where I feel like I like the 2-wick format better than the other ones. So I think for Bananas Foster, like ice cream sandwiches, I could see myself purchasing in the 4-wick, but I don't see myself ever purchasing Bananas Foster in a 4-wick. I don't know, maybe, but I really, really like this fragrance. Okay, another candle that I repurchased, and this one, it's funny. I remembered loving this in combination. Here I am, you guys. You guys know, if you're just new to my channel, one of the things that I like to do is I have a pretty large candle collection. I like to use my collection. I don't really consider myself a collector as much as I am somebody who's just a fragrance enthusiast. So I don't have like candles just piled up because I don't have the storage space for it. So I do like to use up what I have. And so the way that I get through them a lot of the time is finding fragrances that complement each other as I move from room to room. So I'll usually have a fragrance that I'll call my anchor scent out here in the open concept. And then I will usually burn other fragrances that don't clash with it in other bedrooms. And then, yeah, it's just a nice thing. So this fragrance, Crinkle Cookies, we have fragrance notes of chocolate, espresso accord, steamed milk, cocoa, brown sugar, and cream. Okay, so I had this candle, I believe, in a 3-wick. Yeah, I had it in a 3-wick initially. I think this was released, was it 2022 or 2023? It was released like in the like kind of like fall winter lineup, I would say. Okay, this is good. You get chocolate. I do get a little bit of that espresso note in here. But here's the thing that I love this candle. One of my favorite combos that I kind of thought like, oh, this might smell good. If you happen to have Wishing for Christmas in your collection, pair Crinkle Cookies with Wishing for Christmas and thank me later. Thank me at the holidays. When your home just smells like a gourmand lover's dream with a tiny bit of a tree note going on, it smells like you have been baking all day. It would smell like almost like Mrs. Claus's kitchen, but like the cookie version, not a bunch of like cinnamon and spice, especially if you're somebody who doesn't like those type of fragrances. You want it to smell like cookies have been baking in the oven all day. I'm telling you, burn Wishing for Christmas with Crinkle Cookies. So I did decide to go ahead and get a large jar of it because I still have half of a Wishing for Christmas large jar, and I have a medium-sized vessel as well in the Country Candle line. We all know Country Candle is going away eventually. I do hope that they bring Wishing for Christmas over from the Country lineup because that is a fantastic fragrance. And then here's a candle that I actually purchased this in a daylight, and you guys saw it in, I think it was the part 1 of the Kringle BOGO haul. And it's a fragrance that's been around for a long time. I've never had it. I was curious about it, picked it up in the daylight, and was like, yes, I am going to need that for the holiday season. And it is the fragrance Snow Capped Fraser. So we have fragrance notes of fir balsam, fresh, green, amber, moss, pine, spice, and wood. And if you love a good tree scent, here you go. This is nice because this is sometimes tree scents can be very difficult for me. I will say like spruce scents sometimes can lean a little bit cat urine like. Same with pine. If pine is too strong for me, it can be too much. But this is nice. There's a little bit of warmth to it. It's definitely more of like a Fraser type of fir. I would say that it's not as warm of a tree scent as their iconic Christmas scent, which I will say is like my number one scent. I actually would have picked up another one of those, but I'm actually hoping that they will restock that in the 4-wick, because that's what format I will want it in. I think I have a 3-wick in my collection though too. I really, really love that fragrance. But if you want a tree, just a good kind of like warm tree fragrance, I feel like this one's going to pair really nicely with their cypress and cinnamon fragrance. I'm also going to pair it with the other candle that I just got here. But this one's really good. This is just a good kind of like, I tend to like warm, what I would call warm tree fragrances. They just lend an element of warmth to your home instead of it being like outside in like the winter air in the forest type of tree scent. That's so good. Everybody in my family liked that one a lot. And then they did put the country candles. They included some of the limited edition country candles in this sale. And I decided, you know what? There was a fragrance that I actually really enjoyed last holiday season from the country candle. It performed very well for me. And again, it's a good gourmand fragrance that I can start burning probably November and carry me through January. And it is the fragrance Holiday Churro. Now, I will say, to me, this is not really a churro fragrance. I believe I did do a dedicated review on this. It's fragrance notes of cinnamon sugar, donut, spice, and vanilla. And I will say, I remembered burning this. You know what this reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of French toast. This smells like French toast to me. It doesn't smell like a churro necessarily. I miss the Costco churros. Does anybody else miss the Costco churros? Those were so good. And they were like $1. Got like a giant churro. Now, if I want a churro, I have to go to Disneyland, and we all know how expensive that would be. So, but yeah, I can see like there's cinnamon sugar in here for sure, but the like fried dough element to it doesn't come across as churro to me, more so than like when this was burning. I remember thinking this smells like French toast. Regardless, I love burning this on like late fall, winter mornings. And again, I feel like pairing this with a tree scent is going to be like a really nice vibe going on inside of my home. A nice warm and cozy vibe. So those are the candles that I purchased during the final, what I will say was my final BOGO haul. Now let's go ahead and talk about the KRINGLE Memorial Day sale going on, because they started that on Tuesday of this week, and they have a lot of fragrances on some really good deals. There's quite a few reserve candles, which very rarely go on sale. There's quite a few of them that are listed for 30% off. Fragrances like the beloved Jelly Donut, which I would be shocked if that one is still in stock. Jelly Donut, Sweet Cream, what's the other one? Sprinkled macarons, the original macarons. Now, the reserve ones, it's only in the 2-wicks that a lot of those are on sale. They have quite a few of the 4-wicks that are listed 30% off as well. There's quite a few large country and KRINGLE tumblers that are 50% off. The medium vessels and quite a few of the painted 3-wicks are 60% off. So a lot of those are like $10 and some change. So those are really good deals. So they've got quite a bit of sales going on, and I think some of the fragrances that are going to be discontinued are listed at 75% off. So if you hopefully, this is going up a couple of days, after the summer flight launch. So hopefully you guys were able to like build your cart and then just add in, either the cherry pie or the bottle rocket or both to your cart, and you already knew what you wanted to get. But yes, that sale did get to me. I did post in the KRINGLE Facebook group as well as on my Instagram page that yes, I did go ahead and make a purchase when that sale went up on Tuesday, because I was like, oh man, there were a couple of reserves that I really had my eye on. If you guys want some recommendations for some sleeper reserves that I saw in there that are great for the summertime, the fragrance Sweet Geometry, not a whole lot of people talk about it. It's kind of like a cherry citrus sorbet. There's a little bit of creaminess to it. That's a great fragrance. And you guys know I'm not really a big fan of cherry scents, but I actually had that in my cart. And then I removed it because I was like, no, I just finished burning through that. You've got enough summer fragrances. I needed to save money for the Caramel Sundays restock. So I did remove remove it, but that is a fragrance that eventually I do see myself repurchasing. That's a great fragrance. Another one, if you happen to like lime fragrances, the Lime Splash is kind of like a fresh, almost, I would say almost like soapy lime type of fragrance. If you like fragrances in that wheelhouse, now might be a good time to try that out. I myself actually purchased a reserve candle that some of you guys might be shocked that I have never had before. It's one that a lot of ambassadors and a lot of Kringle faithful have raved about the fragrance of it. So I put that in my order for the first time, and then I did go ahead and repurchase some favorites. So yeah, let me know, you guys. Are you tapped out? Did Kringle get all of your money this month? They certainly got a huge chunk of mine. So let me know in the comment box down below if any of these candles that I purchased are your favorites. Let me know maybe what you stocked up on during these sales. I am always curious to hear that. So please stay tuned. Hopefully this weekend I will have my late May candle chat. That's a series that I like to just sit down and share with you what's currently burning in my burn rotation, give you kind of some post-burn updates. And then next week, I will have more dedicated reviews as well as hopefully a personal fragrance haul to share with all of you guys. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.